Are you a cat lover who loves the idea of owning your own cat cafe? Then this is the podcast for you. Join me, Angeli Rodriguez, owner of the Woody Whisker Cat Cafe and author of the book Drinks and Whiskers, as I walk you through my tips and tricks to help you open a successful cat cafe. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Drinks and Whiskers podcast, the place to be to get the inside scoop on what it's like to open and run a successful cat cafe. I'm your host, Angeli Rodriguez, and today I wanted to talk to you about decorating your space. Before we get started, I do have some caveats. I do have a full service cafe where we are classified as a bakery, and we do serve food, espresso, and wine. And because of that, in our state, Florida, I'm located in the US, we must keep the cats completely separated from the cafe side. So when I first started, I had no clue how to decorate. I mean, I had watched plenty of HGTV and, enjoyed, watching the different shows on, completely rearranging your space and all of that, but I was not an expert at all. All I knew was that I wanted a comfy bohemian feel to the space, kind of like, like if you were at your hippie grandma's house, who has a lot of cats. So what I started to do was put together pictures of things that I liked. So I would if I found something online, I would print it out, cut it out, and I would paste it on a poster board. I know there's probably more modern ways of doing this, but that's how I did it. I just used a plain piece of poster board. Anything that I saw in a magazine or that I could take a picture of and print out, I would paste on there. So I had things like pretty pillow covers, mandala tapestry, one of those Filipino wicker chairs that were all the rage in the 80s. So I also had my logo colors to inspire me with ideas from my logo colors. And I remember thinking after I had put all this together and started, started my vision, I remember thinking, how am I going to do this? I don't know where to start. I'm not a decorator. How am I going to get this together? So I'm starting to really stress out. And I just wanted to say that's when divine intervention set in because I was really worried. But get this, everything I learned was from a decorator who reached out to offer her services on Facebook. So I drive 45 minutes to meet this person that I had only met over Facebook Messenger to see what she has to say. And we talked for 2 hours. It was great. She gave me all these wonderful ideas. Oh, what if we put concrete tiles on the floor that's super easy to clean up after the kitties, but it looks really pretty? Or maybe you can put some faded shiplap on the walls to kind of make it look colorful and old. And or maybe you can take your furniture and bolt it down to the ground. That way people can't move it around. And I was like, oh my gosh, these are such great ideas. Once I started researching them, though, I quickly realized that these ideas were completely outside of my budget. So we met a few more times, and she helps me do the big thing, which was to pick out the wall colors, which were based off of my logos, which I completely love. They were super colorful. I actually decided to do a little bit different than what she said. And so after that, we kind of parted ways. But I thanked her very much for all of her help, and she was very gracious. And at least now I have ideas, right? So, and things just started to roll from there. So I did take some of her ideas. So for example, this is my gorgeous teal wall that I have. So that color was picked out for me. But the other color, the other little kind of beige color that you see on the wall is from my house. So I just wanted a simple color. I didn't want to have too much color. And that's what made me feel comfortable. So the thing that you have to remember is I recommend not spending a whole lot of money on furniture. The reason for this is the cats are going to destroy it and your customers are going to spill drinks on it. So you need to make sure that everything you get is easy to clean and easy to replace. I decided to get a lot of my furniture from Facebook Marketplace because it's where can you get furniture that's easy to clean, easy to replace, and that's cheap. Facebook Marketplace. You can find things quickly in your area. You do have to do a little bit of driving, but you can negotiate the price. You can get really good deals. And all you have to do to give it a facelift is like put a new coat of paint on it or give it a nice scrub and you're good to go. For example, I got this beautiful leather couch for $20. So yes, it was covered in dog hair and smelled like dog, but that was nothing that a vacuum cleaner and some vinegar spray couldn't fix. So I am very, very proud of that find. Another place that I like was thrift stores. It is a little bit time consuming driving around. And you know, you don't always find exactly what you need. It's a lot more of a hunting situation, but you can find some great things at thrift stores. And finally, I did check out a couple of antique places, but in my experience, the antique stores were a little too expensive for my particular budget. But that might be something else that you guys might want to. The beauty of my choice style, which was this bohemian style, like your hippie grandma's living room, right, is that things don't have to match. So if something breaks down, I just go and grab another one and it doesn't have to match. I just find something that I like that makes me feel happy and I bring it in and usually it's great. I did splurge on a few things. So I don't know if you can see, but like my curtains are very bright and colorful. And they're actually made from Indian sari material. I got them online. And then my counter and coffee tables have Mexican tiles on them. So they're very bright and colorful. They were $1 a tile, but I got most of them from the little bargain bin. So they were 50 cents. Some of them were even 50 cents. And I got to do the project myself. It was a lot of fun learning how to tile. Just something that I enjoyed doing while I was preparing for the Cat Cafe to open. And then I also splurged on my beautiful cat towers from Square Paws. And they were, I'm not going to lie, they were very expensive. However, they're also beautiful and they really make the space. And everybody that comes in really, really enjoys. And now I'm completely in love with my space. My customers also love it as well. One of my favorite customers actually told me, it feels like you're getting a warm hug every time you walk in. And I was like, this is great. That's perfect. I could have said it better myself. So anyways, that's all I have for you today on hopefully it was a little bit of inspiration on how to get started on decorating your space. And I will catch you next time. Thanks.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Drinks and Whiskers podcast. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to like this episode, subscribe, and leave an honest review. If you want more information, you can purchase the Drinks and Whiskers book right now on Amazon.com, or you can reach me at Angeli@wittywhisker.com. Now it's time to get out there and start your Cat Cafe dream. How will you warm hearts with a drink and a whisker?